Hello everyone, my name is David. I'm the creator of the Augur, and today it's going to be the first gameplay video that I'm going to share with you. There is a previous video before this one, and I call it Session 0, and I go over how to create the world and also how to create your first character. But if you don't want to watch it, then I'm going to give you the short version of what it is so you can jump right into the gameplay. So let's begin. First, the world in which we are going to play is a setting called Starfall. It's the same setting that comes with the supporter version of the Augur in the PDF, and the main theme of it is that a meteor crashed into the world, and it ravaged most of the land, and also brought with it something called the Blight, which is a substance that induces mutations in humans and other animals. And that's basically the main driving force of the whole setting. After this happened, people discovered that there were small havens or pockets of land that were untainted by the Blight, and they started a great journey to reach these places. And the map where we are going to play right now is called the Settled Lands, and is one of these havens. As you can see, in the central area of the map, there is no Blight. And on the surrounding areas, which you see all the gray, that's right here, that's the Blight. And we are playing in this area, which is dominated by this city right here, which is called Solasta. It's a city-state ruled by a group of patricians or nobles, and they use their economic power to basically extort tribute from all the settlements and all the people who live in this area. They have a military force called the Solastan Guard that they pay and equip, and they have places like this called enclaves where the Solastan Guard is stationed, and from where they protect the surrounding settlements, and this protection is the excuse they use to collect tribute. And our story begins with a character named Krell, who is right here, right now, on this enclave. He used to be an auxiliary in the Solastan Guard. What basically means is that he was not born in the city of Solasta. He was a refugee from the Great Journey. The Great Journey is people that keep arriving to this haven from the Blighted Lands, and when they arrive, they basically have to live in refugee camps outside the city of Solasta. And Krell was picked by the guard to act to serve as an auxiliary, and he was a scout in this military force. And after 3 years, he decided that he didn't want to be part of that anymore. And since he earned the right to be on the Settled Lands as a free citizen, he took that offer, and now he works as whatever he can. He has been working as a caravan guard, and we are going to start right now and see what he does now. So let's begin by giving this settlement right here a name. To do that, we're going to use the oracles that come with Ironsworn that are also in the Augur. So to access the oracle, the easiest way is to use this button right here, and I'm going to move this panel down here, and then we go to tables, and we go to settlement, and we pick a name, Red Hole. So this enclave is going to be called Red Hole. Now let's give it the name properly. Move the character out of the way, right click and edit location. And here on the name, we put the name Red Hole. And on the description, you can put anything you want. Let's put Solastan Enclave and save. Okay, so if you want, you can write your story right here on this panel, which is called the journal. I'm going to write our location and basically what we are doing. And to keep the videos from being over too long, I will type I will pause the video, type what I'm going to write, and then unpause so you can see, you don't have to see me typing and fixing any typos that I make. So the first entry is going to be Krell starts his journey in the enclave of Red Hole and he's looking for work. So you type this here and you can click here or you can press Shift Enter and it will appear on the journal. So in order to find out what's going to happen, we're going to do a move, a gather information move. So we click here and go to moves, and I believe it's an adventure move, right? Right here, gather information. So you can read what the move entails. As you can see, we're going to roll with wits, and we click here on the character panel. We click the wits attribute, and it's a weak hit. And it says right here, on a weak hit, the information complicates your quests or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover and take +1 momentum. So we take +1 momentum right here by clicking here, and since we're starting from scratch, I'm going to use the oracles to find out what happens. Again, we use this panel right here. We click on this icon, which is the play icon basically for this. And we go to tables and we can pick anything we want. Let's pick action theme. And the action is follow and the theme is power. Follow power. So since this is our first move and I'm using that to establish what we do from here, there's nothing to complicate. So I'm going to interpret follow power as that while Krell was gathering information, maybe at a bar or something like that, someone approached him, and I'm going to interpret power as authority. So maybe he's gonna have to do something, or he has the opportunity to do something for someone in power. That's what I'm going to interpret the follow as. So now I'm going to roll a character. Basically, that's going to be the person from who we got this information. Maybe we can glean something to use as our first bow. Okay, so we go to the character tab right here, and the first thing we're going to do is give him a name. His name is Temir. Okay, roll. Okay, mercenary, good. Character goal, roll twice. Okay, so the first goal is he wants to enrich themselves, which is certainly goes well with the mercenary role. And the second is seek truth. Okay, so he's a mercenary, he's working for someone in power. He wants money because he's a mercenary, and he's also seeking truth. So maybe he has to find some information, or some information for these people in power who we still don't know who it is. The descriptor is sociable. So he's a mercenary, he wants money, but he's also easygoing. And he's hostile, which is... So he's not very trustworthy of Krell, but he's willing to risk it and see what he wants. So I'm going to write what happened on the journal. Again, I'm going to pause. I'm not going to say it anymore. I'll just keep pausing and writing, and then you're going to see what I wrote. But this is the last one, the last time I'm going to say it. So I will write it down, and then I will pause the video, and you can see the entry. Okay, now I'm going to roll again on the auction theme to see what truth he is seeking and what is it that he wants from Krell. So we go again to action theme, roll again, demand bond, and that really doesn't say anything to me, so I'm going to roll again. Reduce battle. Now that's better. So reduce battle. So as we said previously, the city of Solasta, or Solasta, it's basically a place that controls the nearby settlements, and there's a lot of friction between Solasta and the settlers because Solasta is trying always to get tribute from them or resources and things like that. So by reduce battle, I imagine that what it means is that this mercenary is working for someone in the Solastan enclave to basically reduce or or make the people around the enclave less combative towards Solasta. And let's see how it goes. Okay, so this Temer claims to work for someone important in the enclave, but he refuses to share the identity of his employer. And he wants, or his employer wants, to reduce the tensions between the enclave and the nearby settlements. That's going to be the entry we're going to write. So there it goes. Now to find what's the source of the tension, I'm going to use the settlement table and generate a settlement trouble, and we're going to use that to swear our first vow. So we roll here. Okay, no monsters. Someone is captured. Okay, this one's good. So someone was abducted in a nearby settlement, and they are blaming the Solastan guard, but Temer knows that it was not anyone working for Solasta, and his employer wants this resolved. He wants to find the person that was captured or abducted, so the settlers know that it was not actually Solasta, so the tensions go down. So this is very good. So basically, someone is missing, the people are blaming the Solastan guard or the Solastan nobility, and they're angry and they're threatening to attack the enclave or attack the merchant caravans from Solasta. And the person in charge of the enclave hired Temir to figure this out, and Temir is sharing this with us because he's a mercenary and he can't do that alone. He can do it alone, and he needs our help or wants our help, and that's going to be the first vow we're going to of. The first vow of our story is going to be find the missing settler. Okay, the settlement name is Brokenhelm, so we're going to say it's this one. This one is the settlement where the person is missing. And let's edit that, edit location. Let's give it a name. It's going to be Brokenhelm. Okay, the settlement of Brokenhelm, save. And okay, I'm gonna write down on the log so we don't forget what's happening. So our quest or our vow is: a settler was abducted from the village of Brokenhelm. The villagers are blaming Solasta, and hostilities are quickly rising. Temir, a known mercenary in the enclave, has taken upon himself to find this missing settler and collect whatever reward his patron is willing to give. He tells Krell that he is not the only mercenary after the reward, and that they must act quickly or miss this opportunity. Okay, now we're going to swear our first vow, which is going to be to find the missing settler. To do that, we go to this panel right here, which is the vow panel, and we start a new vow. Okay, swear vow. Find settler. Okay, Krell swore a vow, find settler. So let's make the swear a vow move and see what happens. We go to moves, we go to quest, and then swear an iron vow. When you swear upon iron to complete a quest, write your vow and give the quest a rank. Then roll plus heart, and if you make this vow to a person or community, okay, we don't have a bond, so we're gonna roll plus heart. Okay, so it's a strong hit, and on a strong hit, you are emboldened, and it's clear what you must do next. Take +2 momentum, so we take 2 momentum, and what we have to do next, or what Krell has to do next, is go to the settlement of Brokenhelm and ask around and see what happened, and try to figure out the situation. So we're gonna do a move. It's going to be an undertake a journey, and this seemed like a short distance, so I'm going to say it's a troublesome journey, a short one. And the easiest way to track a journey in using the Augur is go to this panel, which is the track panel. You can use it to track anything, and you don't have to actually make a bond. That's what I made this feature, so you can have them separate. So you go here, it's called tracks, and let's create the journey. Okay, add a progress track. Okay, journey to Brockenhelm. All right, and it's a troublesome journey. Okay, I'm gonna check our assets, and as you see, one of our assets it's Wayfinder. Remember that Krell was an auxiliary in the Solastan Guard and he was a scout, so it makes sense that he has the Wayfinder asset. He also has Shieldbearer and Swordmaster. For now, what we care about the path is when you undertake a journey, take +1 momentum on a strong hit. Okay, so if we get a strong hit, we can take +1 momentum. I'm going to click here to close the assets. So you click here to open, and you click again to close. Okay, let's roll wits to see if we get to Brockenham. And it's a strong hit, and we add +1 momentum. Okay, on a strong hit, you reach a waypoint. If the waypoint is now envisioned, okay, first we mark progress. Okay. You make good use of your resources, make progress. You move at speed, mark progress, and take +1 momentum. So we're going to go with the first, simply mark progress. And I'm going to move the Krell figure over here, the avatar over here, to signify that we're moving. So we're going to roll again. A miss. Okay. On a miss, you are waylaid by a perilous event. Pay the price. Okay, a perilous event. Pay the price. I want to show you how the combat works. So I'm not going to roll. I'm just going to say that it's a combat. And we have been ambushed by someone on the road. It's probably some raiders that were waiting for someone to leave the enclave and rob them. So it's going to be a battle. So I'm going to add the foes right here on the map. I'm going to move this over here. And to add foes to the map or anywhere you want, you right click on this icon and you select add foe. Alright. Type, let's say that's an Ironlander. So it's a human. So it's going to be broken. Okay, add to map. You can flip it pressing Q. You can make it bigger or smaller with W or S on your keyboard. I'm going to put it right here. Okay. So for the purpose of the game, we can say it's a pack of raiders. I'm going to use only a single foe right here, a single image, or actually I'm going to put another one so you know how to add different foes to the same fight. Again, type Ironlander. Let's add someone who has a bow. Add to map. Okay, so we're gonna fight these two raiders who ambushed us just outside the enclave. So to start the fight, we right-click on the foe and we select Start a new combat with this foe. This opens the combat window, and now we're gonna add this one as well. And we click here, Add as foe to Krell's fight. Okay. Now, since this is our first combat, I'm gonna set it to troublesome. To do that, you click here. If you do a right click, it goes down. If you do a left click, it goes up. So let's say it's troublesome because Krell and Temir are both experienced at battle. So say it's troublesome. Okay. We were ambushed. So let's do the combat move, the enter the fray to figure out what happens. Okay, enter the fray. When you enter into combat, first set the rank of each of your foes. Okay, so we're gonna do troublesome, and we're gonna fight both foes at the same time because Tamer is with us. So the rank is troublesome, and then roll to determine who is in control. If you are facing off against your foe, roll +heart. if you're moving into position against another foe. Okay, we're gonna roll plus heart. Strong hit. On a strong hit, you take +2 momentum, and you have initiative. Initiative. Okay, we have the initiative. Also, because our equipment, we have a sword, so I'm gonna say that our weapon does 2 harm, so I'm gonna leave it like it is right now, and we're gonna start fighting. So we do strike move. When you have initiative and attack in close quarter, roll plus iron. Okay. And when you have initiative and attack at range, roll plus edge. So we have the initiative. Okay, let's say that they jump Krail and Temir, and this guy right here, he charged at us, and so we are at close combat. This one, the archer is farther behind, and let's say the Temir is gonna deal with the archer, and we're gonna deal with this one right here. Okay, so let's roll iron, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, inflict +1 harm, and you retain the initiative. Okay, so we click here, and because we have 2 harm on the weapon, it does twice the damage, so we fill 6 boxes at once. So the bandit right here, we slash it with a sword, and he's almost gone, but he's still in the fight, so let's roll again. A miss. Okay, on a miss, your attack fails and you must pay the price. Now your foe has initiative. Okay, we change initiative, and we deduct 1 health. We do that by right clicking on the number right here, and it goes down. Okay, your foe has initiative. Okay, so when the foe has initiative, we cannot do the strike move. We can do clash, and that's what we're gonna do. Clash. When your foe has initiative and you fight with them in close quarters, roll plus iron. Okay, so we're gonna roll plus iron. A weak hit. Okay, on a weak hit, inflict your harm, but then pay the price. Your foe has initiative. Okay. So we are clashing with the bandit, and we managed to connect with the sword, but he also hurts us, so we're gonna lose health here. And okay, so the combat track is full, but when you read here end the fight, it says when you make a move and score a strong hit, you may resolve the outcome of this fight. So we didn't score a strong hit on the clash, so we have to do something if we want to end this fight. So let's try a compel. A compel. When you attempt to persuade something to do something, envision your approach and roll. Okay, so let's say the bandit is wounded, and let's roll with iron. So we're gonna threaten him that if stop or we're gonna kill you. So we roll with iron, and it's a miss. So it's a miss, but it's a 6. We can burn momentum. So so you can also see how the momentum works with the Augur. So we click here and burn our momentum, and we change to a strong hit. Okay, the compel move works. The bandit lowers his weapon, but then Curls decides that he's not gonna let him go that easily because he ambushed him. So he moves to end the fight and kill the bandit. And it's a strong hit. The bandit dies, and that's what you get for ambushing Krail and Temir on the road to save some kidnapped villagers. Okay, that's the end of the fight. So this one is gone, and you're gone too. Let's delete them from here. Say kill, kill. Okay, so let's figure out what happened with Temir during the fight. We can use the oracle for that. Let's ask the oracle, was Temir hurt? Okay. I say Temir is a mercenary, so it's unlikely that he was hurt. So unlikely. Was Temir hurt? Unlikely. Roll 73. No, Temir is unharmed. But Krail, he suffered 2 harms, so his health goes down to 3. So he's bleeding from his wounds, and let's say he's gonna bandage them. let's search for the heal move. Heal, okay. Heal. When you treat an injury or ailment, roll plus wits. Okay, if you're mending your own wounds, roll plus wits or plus iron, whichever is lower. For us, that's iron, so the wounds hurt. So we must roll plus iron. Okay. Plus iron, weak hit. On a weak hit, as above, but you must suffer 1 supply or 1 momentum, your choice. Okay, on a strong hit, your carry is helpful. Take or give, okay, plus 2 health. And we lose 1 supply. Okay, so Krell bandages his wounds and he's again ready for the next fight. Okay, before moving on, let's do a gather information move on these bandits, on the body of the bandit, because it seems weird that they were waiting for them just outside the enclave. Okay, let's do a gather information. We roll with wits, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn and take plus 2 momentum. Okay, our momentum goes up by 2. And let's ask the oracle what we find. Tables, action, theme. Let's say action. Alright, let's gonna ask the oracle if what they find is related to the vow. So, is the ambush related to the vow? And let's say 50-50. Yes, this is related to the vow. Okay, so let's look at the turning point oracle and a major plot twist. Let's use that one. 2 seemingly unrelated situations are shown to be connected. So the ambush is connected to the vow that we just sworn. And okay, I'm going to roll on the turning point table again, because the previous one said the same as the oracle, that the 2 things are related. So let's roll again. It says it was all a diversion. Well, this one is interesting. So someone ambushed us to made us lose time, or yes, to delay us from getting to the settlement. Now, how did we learn that? From just checking the bodies? So maybe they found a Krell and Temir found a letter in one of the bodies where it had a description for both of them, and also orders to kill them or delay them, prevent them from reaching their destination. That's it. The letter says prevent them from reaching their destination at any cost. So I think this is the perfect time to end the video. Krell and Temir set out from the enclave to find out what happened to the abducted settler, and someone ambushes just outside the settlement, and they find out that it's related to their quest. Someone is trying to prevent them from finding out the truth. And if you want to know what happens, then tune in next week for the next episode of our story. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like to the video. Also, if you are interested in the Augur, the software I'm using to play, I made it myself, and you can get it from the link I will leave below. It's free, but it also comes with a supporter version that has all the icons that you saw here, has the icons for the equipment and many maps and many features, and it really helps out the channel, and it really helps out me so I can continue to develop and improve this program. Well, thank you, and see you next week.